Oh, it's been a week. Hey y'all, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a kind of chill makeup for mental health. I'm going to experiment with maybe some contour. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to put some stuff on my face and kind of try to boost my mood with some makeup. I also have some liquid IV energy that I put in a Starbucks cup with the dragon fruit bits. That's really good. Okay, where am I going first? All I have on my face is sunscreen and a zip patch. I'm going to take that off. Maybe I'll leave it on until it falls off of its own accord. Let's use this Milky Essence from Make. It's really beautiful and I love the delivery system. I mean, I love Reffer's Milky Essence, but the pump on that just gets stuck and it feels like it's so much work to get that pump to work. And when I've got something like this that's so easy and so streamlined and just kind of wakes up my skin, already that feels better. So, yay! I'm gonna use a bit of the Reffer Lightweight Moisturizer. So y'all, I have had a migraine since May. Like, as I sit here before you, I still have this like low grade. The pain is probably like a 3. It's not horrendous, but the last couple days this week, I've had really bad headaches. I went and got 3 days in a row, so Monday through Wednesday, I went to one of my local outpatient centers where they hooked me up to an IV and they put medication in my body through an IV. So I did an infusion. I did 3 of those back to back to back in the hopes that it would knock out the headache. That's the second session I've done of those. Oh, and it's just, nothing seems to be killing this headache. This morning I had a CT scan of my noggin and we'll see what that brings out. This is from Tula. Glow and Get It Cooling and Brightening Eye Balm. I just really like an eye product in a stick. This is super easy and it's nice. It's hydrating. It does what it says it's going to do. It gives a little bit of hydration, a little bit of glow, not too much. But if it's, obnoxious, I can take it down with powder once we start putting on makeup. But yeah, it's just been a week where I did not have the energy to sit down and film. I have to do something with my hair. I just put it up in a ponytail this morning because I had it in a, excuse you. I had it in a braid last night and I got up this morning and I was like, I can just leave it in the braid, and it was falling apart. I think I'm just gonna pull it up into like an easy, slightly messy bun. So I don't know if the Polish and Beauty Expo vlog is going to happen. I'm having a really hard time getting all of the footage into one place, and I'm losing things, and it's just a hot mess. So when I do a messy bun, even with my relatively thin hair, I use these big chunky pins. I don't remember where I got these. I want to say I bought them at a grocery store. But every time I go back, they're not, and I look with the hairpins and the hair stuff, they're not there. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Okay, lip oil. This is my second tube of this stuff. This is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver in the clear. And it is one of the best lip products I think I've ever used. It's really hydrating, it's long lasting, and moreover, like it stays put. It doesn't slip and slide and move. My skin feels really nice. I'm gonna use a bit of this. So this is the Touch and Soul Glassy Skin Primer. There's a name for it. It's called the Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. I've already finished one of these, and they're nice. It's just a solid cream. But anyway, so today we're gonna mess around with makeup. I have been wanting to try some like harsh contouring or some snatched contouring. I call it a little harsh, but that's fine. And it's really nicely hydrating, and it gives the skin a bit of a glow. And I learned the hard way not to use this as a skincare product because it does clog my pores and it makes everything harder. But just under makeup, it's really pretty. My skin is really good. I've been using glycolic. I used a retinol the other night. I've been using vitamin C. And I'd forgotten that I had all of those actives. So she's nice and smooth and glowy. How are my under eyes? Not bad. They don't look too dry or crunchy, which we love. All right. Let's make up. Let's do some makeup. I'm going to go with the stuff that I've been using, and I've got some new-ish stuff in here, so we'll talk about that as we come to it. I have mainly been using the Givenchy Prism Libre Concealer because it's so good. It's so good. It's such a beautiful concealer. I have not had any problems with it looking crunchy. Now, I have put the wrong powder on top of it, and that looks awful, but I don't think that's the concealer's fault. I think that's the powder. And I'm not putting it everywhere. I'm just kind of tracing out my face shape. Y'all, my brushes, they are filthy. I need to wash my brushes. But I have that like, oh my God, what if I wash my brushes and the next day I have a really good video that I want to film and they're still drying. Not exactly FOMO, but it's an excuse to not wash my brushes, which I really need, especially my BK101. This brush is oh, it's screaming at me. By the way, y'all, take a look at my brows. I got them waxed when I got my hair cut a couple weeks ago, and she did an amazing job. I adore my stylist. My hairstylist. The woman I pay to cut my hair. Should I put concealer on that? It's a little bit red. Let's... it's just a cat scratch. Loki likes to really dig his claws in to my shoulders when I'm carrying him. And that's actually more red than this vein that has been poked 4 times this week. It's my best vein. So I go in and they're like, we need to do blood work. I'm like, take it out of there. Do it there. And lately, like the medical staff that I've been working with have been really responsive and really respectful. All right. I have my Oma contour stick. What else do I have that I can contour with? The Victoria Beckham bronzer, the cooler shade, I've been using for contour. It doesn't look it, but it does actually work pretty well. See if I have anything else in my little bag of tricks. Man, there's only one cream bronzing stick in here. The rest are the phytosurgents. Maybe I should have figured this out before I turned on the camera, but what fun is that? I've also got Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, and the Sephora contour. So I've got what, three, four separate, five contour products. I think we're good. I think we're good. Do I want to blush first so that I can actually see my cheekbones? I think I do. Okay. The last little remnants of latte. I'm going to keep a little bit of this so that I can continue my search. I did take some pictures of it just smeared on my wrist, and I think those are going to be the truest color that I get for the, you know, when Finding Ferdinand opens up their custom color maker, their custom lab, I will be probably ordering 2 or 3 and we'll see what happens. Maybe I should be filming the process. I think I can do that. I think I can catch up on that. Let me know if y'all be interested in that, and I'll show you what I've done so far. Okay, I have a little bit of blushiness going. I'm happy with that. Let me put on my brows. Let me just do a little bit of brow gel here. I hope the lighting's not too weird. I tried to balance the light from my mirror with that might work. Okay, well, if we're really overexposed, I can adjust it in post. I'd rather be slightly over than under. I'm gonna speed through my brows. It's easy. It's just the Kosas Airbrow. I don't know what is going on with me. I don't know if it's because like Mercury is in retrograde or I am just completely creatively zapped. I had like no ideas for videos this week. Normally, I have a whole list that I can choose from and decide what I'm going to do. This week, I looked at that list and I was like, yeah, none of these are that inspiring. So I thought I'd just sit down and have a chill, get ready, playing with makeup, etc., etc. All right. I want a BK 109. I love this brush. It's one of these cross-cut angled brushes, and it's perfectly small enough to fit in the contours of my cheeks. I also really like this blush, this blush for brush. Blush for brush. Yeah, I like this brush for just about everything. I have 3 of them because that's how important this brush is to my life. All right, I'm using the Oma contour. I don't know if you can still get this, but it is my favorite contour ever. I'm going in a little heavy-handed, and I'm going to take it up a little bit higher under my cheekbone as well as like in that hollow, because there's this extra space. I feel like I want to raise my cheekbones and kind of flatten that area. What do we think? Let's do it on the other side. So I'm gonna go like under the cheekbone, but also up and in just a smidge. And then up under the cheekbone. And this is going to get blended out more. It's not like going to stay this way. On this side, I didn't bring up high enough. My face is completely asymmetrical. Like my cheekbones aren't in the same place. So this is where the front of my cheekbone is on the left side. This is where the front of my cheekbone is on the right side. So I'm going to try and make them look symmetrical. Oh my God, that looks like a dirt smudge. Blend it out. Blending hides all sins. You can blend away your sins. Okay. The right side doesn't look too bad. I'm still trying to figure out the left side. But that's what this is all about, is playtime, is trying new things. I'm actually feeling a little bit better than I was when I sat down. And it may be the extra boost of caffeine. It may just be, you know, I get more energetic when I'm around makeup. It just makes me feel better. It helps with my mental health to sit down and focus on something besides what's going on around me. And by going on around me, I mean US politics. It is a hot dumpster fire. All right, we're going to take that spoon and take that. Blend the edges. Get in the actual hollow and the actual contour. There we go. I had to bring the contour on this side a little bit up further than the right, just to get them to kind of line up so they didn't look completely wackadoodle. I love that phrase, completely wackadoodle. All right, I'm not going to do powder over it right now. I haven't quite figured out where the rest of the face is going. I do know that I have a couple eyeshadows that I have replaced. Both of these are from ColourPop. So these ones that have been used, I've had for a long time. And then these I just recently replaced. I placed an order in July to ColourPop. So we're going to see what the difference is between the old shadow and the new shadow. Maybe, or maybe we'll just use the new shadows. I don't know yet. We're on this adventure together. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's do a smidge more blush. This is Fume from Phytosurgeons. Yes, I like this blush very, very muchly. I have been going for these. That color is something special. What I love about these blushes is, like, yeah, the blush in the pan, in the pot, is so pigmented. I'm just going to use that same contour brush I used for contour. They're insanely pigmented in the pot, but once you put them on the cheek, they blend out so beautifully. What do we think? I think it's pretty. I think I want more. I want more blush. More blush. And in keeping with, like, the contouring that I want to play with, I'm trying to keep the blush up a little higher. You know, I always put it up around my eye in that, like, C area, because I have higher cheekbones and that's kind of where my blush naturally sits. But I'm trying not to bring it in too far or too low. And I have a highlighter trick that I want to play with too, so. But that won't come till the end because it's a powder highlight. Everyone on YouTube has been talking about that damn Ribon lip balm, and I want it. But I'm, like, trying to resist it because it's not something I need. I have so many lip balms, so many, and it's just supposed to be just a wash of color, and I have that. I have that. Oh, that little hit on the nose, it just brings it to life. Under eyes look great. Like, they don't look. So I had to bust up my my rosy bronzer so that I could start getting some product out of it. It was so hard and had basically sealed itself. So I had to go through with my finger and like break up the pan and break up that hardened surface. But I think I finally got myself figured out. It's still very, very pale. It's a very light bronzer, which I appreciate. I like a lighter bronzer sometimes. This is one of the cooler tones. I figure sticking with Fume and the eyeshadows. I really love that bronzer. Really, really like that bronzer. If my lighting looks weird, it's because I have my makeup mirror light on so I can see what I'm doing. I haven't quite figured out the studio lighting bit. We'll have to play with that going forward. This is a bronzer that you can just put on and put on and put on mindlessly and is never going to look bad. Let's throw on these eyeshadows because they're going to be super easy. I'm going to grab the Victoria Beckham and a big floofy eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go in the lighter shade and take that up over the brow bone to bring it forward because it's a slightly warmer tone. I'm going to grab a Rephr 01 and go in the cooler tone, go in the cooler side, and tippy top, and put that in my crease. Crease. And then I like to bring my crease shadow up because my eyes are small and they're relatively deep set. So when I use a deeper shade to set the crease, I'd like to bring it out a little bit because it makes my eyes look just a little bit larger. And it makes the eyeshadow more visible. I'm going to use a 26 for the actual eyeshadows. I think I'm going to do Miser. Miser is like right in my wheelhouse. It's one of my favorite shadows. And I'm just going to go into that new pan. We'll do the comparison in a later video. Screw it. I'm just going to go in with my finger. Sometimes the best tools are the ones you already have. Through the woodlands, through the valley, comes a horseman and feet, tilting at the windmills. Who can the brave young horseman be? Love me some Gordon Lightfoot. I really do. I was raised on 60s and 70s folk music. And I will tell you, it is one of the best things my parents did for us, was to open our minds to. That being said, my father was an ivory tower intellectual who thought that everyone who watches football was a numbskull. I'm like, no, there are people who enjoy watching sports. I was talking to my physical therapist this week, and I told him, I think I figured out why I don't like watching team sports. Like sports where you've got all of the teams, something like basketball, soccer, football. You've got an entire team on the field and they're throwing or kicking or moving a ball between them. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's very hard for me to follow. It's too much noise. It's just too much. That, however, is perfect. I love it. I love it. I love this shadow. It's this peachy pink with a blue reflect. I went into Sephora one day and I was talking to one of the employees and I was wearing this eyeshadow and she looks at me and she's like, your eyeshadow is gorgeous. I'm like, thank you. It's ColourPop. She was like, no way. Okay. I want a little bit of powder, and then we're gonna finish snatching my cheeks and maybe figure out what else to contour on my face. Oh, I know what I normally do that I forgot. I normally do like my eye. Let's do that. Sure, we'll use one of these. So I'm in an effort to pull my cheekbones up higher. I'm just contouring the outer edge of my eye like you would with eyeshadow, but I'm not using eyeshadow. I'm just using a contour. And I'm going to go up, just to the natural high point of my forehead, so it doesn't look like I've contoured my face into oblivion. That could be an interesting video. Contouring my face into oblivion. Oh God, what was the phrase that I was watching a Khaki Reviews beauty video. Her last luxury video, and she was talking about being in, what was it, ambivalent obscurity. But yeah, going into ambivalent obscurity just means that like you don't care about the zeitgeist. You're not I am chronically online, but it's I have my algorithms kind of tuned in. So Facebook is more politics and animals and kind of like uplifting stuff. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a powder. Where is my, oh, there's my Kosas. It was blending in. Yeah, so Facebook is more politics and like feral neurodivergent stuff. And then like keeping up with friends. Like that is why I still have a Facebook account, because I have friends all over the world that I like to stay in touch with. I like to see what they're doing. A couple friends of mine in the last year have had babies and gotten married, and I like knowing that stuff. And even though I don't have or want kids, I like seeing the pictures of theirs. They're cute. Mostly because it's just a photo. It's not a screaming child. The further away I get from not having children, I had a hysterectomy 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. Tomorrow, August 24th, I had a hysterectomy. And ever since then, like the idea of pregnancy, the idea of having, like literally pushing a child out of my body, like it makes me a little nauseous. And I'm kind of put off by the physical manifestations of pregnancy. So like women with their bellies out. Oh, no, no. I don't want it. I'm going into the Sephora contour. And I'm just going to kind of reinforce that contour on the side of my face. And then reinforce this. And then I think I'm going to do the flashlight trick and see if there's any other areas that like I'm really missing. So I have like this neck thing. I have my father's jawline. Thanks, Dad. He was able to grow a beard. I am not. I am not able to grow a beard. So I'm trying to figure out how to contour that so I don't look, I don't know. It's just something I'm sensitive about. You know, we can accept our bodies and accept our faces as they are while still being and having sensitivity towards people pointing out certain flaws. But my cheeks and like this area where people are having fat removed, like it's a sensitive area for me, but I'm not about to go like having surgery to slim my face down because it's my face. Like, would y'all be interested in a video about my breast reduction surgery? It's been almost 20 years and it's something I've been thinking about. It's something I've been thinking about talking about. Do I have a powder blush? I do. Let's use some Behave by NARS. But yeah, the breast reduction literally changed my life. I was a G cup and now I'm a 42 band, but I'm a B cup. It's strange, but that's where we are. And you know, that was one of the first decisions I made for myself about my own body. And I'm so glad that I did it. I really am. I have never gone back and said, you know, I really wish I hadn't done that. I have some friends who have had botched reduction surgeries. I'm so glad my surgeon didn't do. My surgeon was thoughtful and patient. This is the Natasha Denona. This is from Sydney Grace. This is their highlighter brush. I normally don't go for highlighter brushes, but this one's really nice. It's super soft. It picks up just enough. And this formula, like look at that. It's almost putty-like, but then it smooths over and it is the prettiest highlight. It doesn't cling to like crow's feet or dry skin. It just kind of gives you this little glow. And yeah, I take my highlighter and my blush over my eyebrows because it seems natural that like if that area of my face was blushing, that over the brow area would also be. You know? You gotta think about this stuff. I have been reading so many books. I am an avid reader, and with audiobooks, and I just found out that I can get audiobooks through my library. Very exciting, because patronize your public library, that's what they're for. I think that if the idea of a library was something that was thrown around today, some people might have a fit. All right, let's turn this off and lower this light a bit and see. Oh, I still have the patch on. That's fine. It didn't come off with my skincare. It didn't come off with my makeup. It's barely noticeable. I am a-okay with that. If it wants to stay there, it can. I feel like the contour is just not even, and it may be my lighting. I'm sure it is. My lighting is just janky, but it is what is. Let's turn this down a bit. There we go. All right, what do we need? A little bit of bronzer on the forehead, and I'm gonna go with the House Labs because it's a little bit more neutral than the other one I have in here in my everyday box, which is the Words, the Make Beauty. Just a little bit warmer. It's a great summer bronzer though. It just makes you look like you've been kissed by the sun. And yeah, I'm putting this on over my highlight, but that's okay. I actually like putting my highlight under my blush. I feel like it's a little more natural, a little bit smoothing. and it encapsulates the highlight into the rest of your cheek products, so it just looks like it belongs there. All right, what's next? Let's look at what I have in my little one-off basket. Let me put some of these brushes away because this is getting out of hand. All right, that's better. Okay, do I want eyeliner today? I really don't. I really don't want or need eyeliner today. I am going to lash up. I'm also going to go over like the areas that I wanted contoured with my Oma powder. Again, I don't know. I don't know if this is available. I don't know if it's been discontinued. I don't know what the deal is, but I love this stuff. This and the contour stick. They're like A+++. Gonna go a little bit over the cheeks, a little bit over the nose, a little bit under the cheekbone. And the nice thing about this is it just disappears. It doesn't even look like it's a color. It's just a tone. Look at that. It's just, it's perfect. It's perfect. I rue the day I run out of this stuff. But it's like, some places don't have it in stock. I know that JCPenney does. And I'm contemplating buying another one of these just to have in backup. The same with the contour stick. Although this is so, it's densely packed, but it's lightly pigmented. So I can use a fair amount of it and it blends out. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. It just blends out. So there's, this is going to take me a long time to finish. I've already had it for like 2 years, so maybe I should buy a backup in case it starts to go off. Who knows? All right, I am going to do some lashes because if there's anything that's going to make me and help me feel human, it's lashing up. I'm just going to go over all of that powder with my sponge real quick and give everything a chance to soak in, settle in, and pull up any excess. Just make it all look a little bit more native to my skin and at home. Oh, I have not put on makeup all week. I have just been surviving. I have been in survival mode all week. And it's not been great. Now, I adore the Make Beauty mascara, but it's a bit wet when you first open it. So I do like to wipe the excess that's on the brush off on the edge of the tube. And then I just go into that mirror and make sure I hit every lash. And it makes it so easy. Especially given that I have like vision issues. I'm not wearing my glasses right now, and truth be told, most of the space is a little bit blurry. Most of it. But I can still see. So using an enlarging mirror, I think, is a fabulous trick if you are somebody who has vision issues, and making sure that it's a well-lit mirror also makes a huge difference. All right, let's do the other eyeball. I'm not even going to re-wet the wand. Yeah, I don't know if you can see like how wet and chunky that's going on. Yeah, you can kind of see. The right lash is nice and it's kind of spidery and I don't hate it. Yeah, it is going on a little bit chunky. I don't know why it does that. It's wet. So now that it's drying a little bit, I'm able to fan it out and kind of get rid of some of those balls at the end of my lashes, but also like help lengthen what's already there. Y'all, I cannot believe that summer's almost over. It's been very much an indoor girl summer. All right, let's turn this off so I can actually see. Let me take this out and figure out something else to do with it. It just looks a little matronly for now, but throw in a little bit of this stuff. This is the Color Wow Style on Steroids. I have no idea what it's going to do with my mop of hair, but I'm going to start with the roots. I'm going to work that through the roots. I don't mind a messy bun, but that was just like too neat, too combed up, but it did what I needed it to do in the moment, which was just get my hair off my neck, out of my face. That's lopsided. Oh my god. The struggles of like just making a messy bun. I think we're just gonna go with a ponytail. I've got a brown, nice, soft hair elastic here. I'm gonna pick it up and put it in a messy. That works. That works just fine. I have absolutely no problem with a messy bun or a messy ponytail. I'm gonna put on this ring that's just been sitting here. And then finishing touches. I'm letting, oh, I didn't setting spray. And if I do it now, my mascara is gonna run like crazy. So I'm gonna put on some jewelry. There's a pair of earrings that I really want to find. I love how simple these earrings are, but they just add a little bit of oomph. And I don't know if I'm going anywhere today, but sometimes just putting on some makeup, doing something with my hair, putting on some jewelry, it just helps me feel a little bit more human. Just helps me feel a little bit more human, you know? I don't want to feel like a cyborg. I don't want to feel like a zombie. I would rather feel like a person. Just, you know, a little bit more refined. Do I want to put something like colored on my lips? I have this whole bin of lip products and they're all really beautiful. The one I haven't really tried on camera, or rather the Glossier Balm.com in strawberry. And I know it's a bright pink, so maybe it'll go with the eye, maybe it'll be too much. Who knows? Let's find out. It's pink. It is very, very pink. But the fragrance is nice. It is a little artificial. It definitely is like strawberry candy instead of strawberry fruit. I don't know how I feel about it. But it's there. And it is like, this is very nourishing. I have one of these in mango. Oh, friends, I wonder. I have been wanting to try this for a while, so let's do it. I'm gonna try the like ponytail braid thing really quick. I saw one of the female track and field athletes competing with this really beautiful, like messy braided ponytail, and I was like, I want to try that again. I had an undercut. I got my undercut in like 2016, 2017. It was after I broke up with a really toxic guy and I cut my hair and I got a daith piercing, and I think I got a new tattoo. God, that feels like forever ago. Feels like a different world ago. All right, hair tie. And then like once we get the braid in, kind of pull it apart so it's got some presence and some body. Yeah, so I've been playing with lots of updos, lots of braids, lots of buns, because my undercut has finally grown out and caught up with the rest of my hair. Thank you so much to all of my current subscribers. I really appreciate your help. I love that you're here and that you are supporting me. It just makes doing this so much more fun when I know that people are watching. To my current subscribers, thank you. To new people here, I would love it if you subscribed. We do fun stuff here. We play with color, we play with texture, we play with makeup. Sometimes I just sit down and put on makeup and ramble, and it's fun. I will start making more like book related content because I do read a lot, and I have thoughts. I have lots and lots of thoughts. I hope that you are taking care of yourselves so you can take care of each other, and I will see you all in my next one.